All right, everybody, it's go time. It's Sunday night. It's All Things Fantasy Grounds talk show. And as we begin, let me just remind everybody, as we always do, that the All Things Fantasy Grounds talk show is meant to teach out, but the opinions stated by Leroon and I, and Fury if she joins us, are not that of Smiteworks USA LLC or Fantasy Grounds. And so far we don't have Fury, but I do have.
Oh no, I'm here.
Somebody.
Oh,
She is here. All right. Well, so how you doing, Fury?
Good. Just got back from the grocery store with my husband, and I got something in the mail called Remineralizing Toothpaste. It's in Japan. It's supposed to be pretty awesome, so I'm curious how it works.
Now, am I understanding you correctly that you bought your husband at the grocery store? I know you could do that in Texas.
Yeah, it's kind of like an auction, like a meat auction, with 4-H, where you get the steers and the bulls and everything.
Awesome. Okay, I'm going to need to check and see if they have that in Washington, because I need a husband. All right. Leroon, how are you, sir?
I'm doing pretty good.
All right. Did you go to the grocery store today?
No, I did some chores.
Oh, honeydew list.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
That sucks. I've never had to do one of those.
All right. Oh, that's funny that you never had to do a honeydew list. I have to do a honeydew list, and I don't even have a honey. All right. Let's get off my comedy bits and get on to the show. What's up, everybody in chat? So this will be probably the shortest show that we will ever do. I'm guessing it's going to last.
Say that.
I say that.
And then it turns out to be a 2-hour show.
No, but it's going to be like 10 or 15 minutes. Trust me, because we're only going to go through 7 screenshots or 8 screenshots, and then I've got to go anyway because Tommy's here and we got a movie time to catch. So our plan was that we about, I don't know, it was maybe 2 months ago. What's up, WML John? About 2 months ago or so, we started advertising for best screenshots, and you could send in your screenshots, and we set up an email account, and we advertised it in the Discord, and I tweeted it, and I Facebooked it, and there was an automated message that kept playing in the Twitch chat for the last few weeks, and we got about I think 8 entries, and one person sent in a bunch of screenshots, so we picked his best one. Because it took me a minute to realize after I got an email with 40 screenshots in it, then I had to go back and say, okay, just one, everybody, just one. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you the honorable mentions, and then we're going to show you the 3rd place, and then the 2nd place, and then the 1st place. And the prizes are, the person that won 3rd place is going to get all the stuff on the DMs Guild that I've ever made. The 2nd place winner will have their choice between that prize or the Fantasy Grounds module of their choice. And then the 1st place winner is going to get both of those. They're going to get the Fantasy Grounds module of their choice and everything I've ever made for free, which is like about $200 worth of stuff. I don't know how much it is anymore. I can't keep track anymore. All right, so let's go with this. Now here's the first one. Okay, now what we did was after the show last week, Valerian was our guest, so Fury and Leroon and I voted on the screenshots, and then if there was a tie, we used Valerian for tiebreaker, and there were a couple ties, so we did use his vote as well. And what we did, you're thinking, oh well, there's 3 people, how can there be a tie? But what we did was we assigned them scores based on certain criteria, and then if there was a tie score,
Cheerbits in the stream. Thanks for the cheerbits.
Drake takes cheerbits 1,000. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Drake Bates. So this was an honorable mention sent in by Torin, and by the way, not that many people entered, so we're showing one screenshot from every single person that sent us an email, which was only like 8 people. Did either of you two have comments about this screenshot?
I like this one. I like the knife.
Yeah,
the layout is pretty cluttered to me, but other than that, I like it.
I think this screenshot shows a good use of maximizing screen real estate for one screen. And obviously this was I don't know which module this is, but they were playing, and then, he probably showed that to the players or whatever. They got a combat map over here. But you got your combat map, your party sheet, your player characters stretched out, your combat tracker over the chat window, which is a common practice, and then a picture there and a story intro or whatever. So anyway,
do you think this is the characters, the player screen, or the DM screen?
It looks like the DM to
I
me.
wonder if it's not the player screen because wait a minute, party inventory. No, this is DM because players wouldn't be able to see this right here down here.
Sometimes you can. It depends on the options.
Oh, really? Well,
Uh-huh.
it does look like it might be. I don't know that. Session 7. Yeah, this is a public note. Yeah, this could be player. It could be either one actually. Because to me it kind of looks like the players because when the DM shows a picture, it pops up in the middle of the screen like that, right? He didn't move it anywhere, but we don't know.
That's true. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, it has a dice tower. Oh, where is the? Oh, there's the dice.
Yeah, you're right. The dice tower is there. So, although the
It's a
DM
player.
does has the option to turn the dice tower on if they want.
For themselves.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So next one up. Oh, and by the way, that was Torin that sent that one in. So thanks, Torin. Next one up is this is pretty cool. So this technically not a screenshot, but depending on what your definition of screenshot is, this is really cool though. This was sent in by Patou, Patou. So he obviously has 2 screens as a DM, and then he's got his map on inlaid in his table. So
Which is really freaking cool.
It's cool, and I saw this and I was jealous, and then there's like beer over here in the corner, and then I was like, okay, I need to go to his house and play this game.
Yeah, I was gonna say I saw the Stella Artois.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's like the fridge right there. I mean, all the
I
snacks.
didn't even notice that. There's the fridge right there. I didn't even clue into that.
That looks like Ma's basement.
Right, but this is super cool.
Someone's ba-
And he obviously like there you can see the starter set here, and then he's got like highlighters and dice and whatnot. So they obviously do a combination of IRL with Fantasy Grounds, and there's no players at the table, but they probably use character sheets and whatever too. But I don't know. But that was just cool. So we like that one, and that's another honorable mention.
Cool.
So this one
it's mostly because we're jealous and we want it.
Yeah, we were jealous. This one is obviously 3 screens of one. You know, this person has 3 monitors or whatever. And this was sent in by Gravy Kingpin.
Nice.
And he's got how many players connected? 4, 6, 8, 11 players connected. That's too many. That's too many. And so he on his setup, you know, he's obviously able to see the players, and then he can have a couple maps. He can have the combat tracker. He can have story entries. He can have whatever he needs open. But yeah, I don't know if I would. I mean, I have 2 screens, but I don't even use 2 screens for Fantasy Grounds. I just use 1. But I know a lot of people like to stretch it out and do whatever they do. So,
well, I mean, this is totally good for like a DM, so he can have all his tables and everything all popped up and get to go. And
yeah,
because the player doesn't need this much real estate.
No.
Split the party. Exactly. They're going to split the party.
But, yeah, I like the fact that there's 11 people connected to his table. That's just insane.
Looks like a little Conan or something. I can't tell what the.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I can't read. Let's see. The portal under the stairs. No. The portal under the stars is what it says. And I'm not sure what system this is, but I don't even know 11 people, so I couldn't have that many people on my table. So I know you guys and Tommy, and that's it. I don't know anybody else. All right, let's go to the next one.
Hey, Tommy.
Tommy's not here. He's in the other room.
Right.
And then
It
the
means
doors.
you gotta yell louder.
The door is closed so that I can't. You know, he's watching TV or whatever, and it's like 7,000 degrees in here.
Celestian's asking, what resolution is this? This is 3 screens. This is 3 screens.
WTF resolution is this? Yeah, it's 16,000 by 900. I don't know. All right, here is another cool setup that everybody can be jealous of. This is a runner-up, and this was sent in by Drake. Drake Takes, the DM of Saturday Night Show on this channel. There's his Fantasy Grounds t-shirt. So he's got his setup like this, and I believe he did this screenshot at least a week or so ago, and yesterday he was talking about a 4th monitor. So now you can just imagine he's got another monitor set up there and whatever. But this
I
really
do
cool.
like the curved monitor. I mean, I had this giant ass curved monitor in front of myself. It's not widescreen like that one though, but it's a nice big almost square.
Yeah, so this is basically what I have. Is I have here is this a monitor like this, and then another monitor off to the side like this. But I only use Fantasy Grounds here, and so he's got like OBS maybe, or I don't know what the hell he's got going on over there. But it's
Lots
just a
of
cool
shit.
setup. Like when I did the contest, I told people send screenshots, and in my mind, I'm like, they're just gonna send the Fantasy Grounds tabletop. But then people started sending pictures like this, and I was like, that's freaking cool.
I see a shot glass or like a flask, and then I see salt and pepper on the desktop.
Salt and pepper.
On the
Oh my
right-hand
god,
side.
that's hilarious! I didn't even see that. Right here by the pens and pencils and a sticky, which I can't read with that sticky. Whoops, I can't read. Let
What
me
does
see
it
if I
say?
Let's
It
see if we
says
can
fuck-
go in on it. Let's see if we can figure out what
Let's
this
see.
says. Hold on.
What does it say?
The nice shelving unit. I like the shelving unit right next to the desk like that. It's real pretty. It's a
What
nice
does it
setup.
say?
It says I can't even tell what that says. There's no way to read it. And I'm in 100% zoom, but that's funny. Salt and pepper. I didn't intricately study these
There's some
pictures.
coasters right there.
Yeah, yeah, I have
He's
a
got his
coaster.
highlighter pens, and he's got the joystick right there. Yeah, he's ready to go.
I have a set
He's
of
good. He's
coasters
good for everything.
that say "Don't fuck up my table." Oh, and
They're
he's
saying it's his password, his FG password.
yeah, right there. Yeah, I'm gonna need to blow up that. This is
Get in
cool.
trouble
I
for
didn't
doxing.
see this too. This is like a whole mouse pad that's a hole under your key, everything. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, let's go to the next one. That was Drake. Everybody, he had that one. Drake takes. Good job, Drake.
Great takes.
The next one is. Oh, okay, Leroon, I'm gonna let you explain this one.
This is actually a concept art that I was putting together for a module I'm working. I just kind of play around with these little collages, and I told Rob, it says, "Hey, I want to enter this one," at the very last second. He's like, "No, I don't think so." So
Well, I said we'll show it, but you're disqualified. You can't enter
Yeah,
our
I'm
own. You can't
disqualified.
enter our own
Boo.
contest.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Anyways,
But
next.
I think that looks pretty cool because it's got like the honeycomb is the whole back of the whole desktop, right? The whole back image,
Mhm.
and then you got a B token there, and a couple pictures, and then up top, is that part of the artwork, or like
Yes.
like right here you have a token laying over the top of the image or whatever? That's cool. I don't know. This looks real to me. I'm like, get that out of there. I don't like bees.
Yeah, it's kind of a collage. That's why it looks like that.
All right, so that's cool. All right, so those were our honorable mentions and also Leroon's artwork. Now we're going to go to the third place photograph. Well, image, I should say. Photograph. When I'm living in 1972 all of a sudden. My mom loves bees, Londell says. Okay, so third place looks like this. Third place was sent in by Urash.
Yeah.
I was happy to see this one only because I remember playing in this game. I think this is from a game that Stooner DM'd maybe 2 years ago or something. But what's cool about it is it has isometric maps, but we actually made that work. We were actually able to move the tokens on the we gridded it out and it actually worked out. Like we were able to go within squares and stuff and fight and do all the stuff you need to do in a Fantasy Grounds battle scene. And so that was fun. And I believe this particular map might even be in 2 different modules that are on the DM's Guild. I don't know the name of either one right now. I'm so stupid. But we were playing it. Yeah, and it unidentified. It doesn't even have the name of it. Maybe Urash, if you're here, you can type in the chat which module this was. But anyway, this was the third place winner. And so Urash, even though he probably mostly has most of it already, will get every last stitch of what I've ever done. And yeah, Celestian perspective maps are cool. And in Fantasy Grounds Unity, we will be able to use isometric maps.
love you, man.
Gwydion has resub for 24 months. What's up, Gwydion? Thank you, sir. Gwydion's a good dude, everybody. Knows all about everything. He has masterful knowledge.
love you, man.
Fantasy Grounds College has resub for 20 months. Thank you, sir. That's a guy. I know this guy. His name is Leroon. He's here. He's a co-host. All right, whoops. So this was cool, and I'm in contact with Urash a lot, so I'll make sure he gets the prize for that. He's in my Friday game. Now, we're going to go on to the second place one. I just want to look at that. Yeah, I just wanted to say that we did hear that isometric maps will be able to be used in Unity. But it was funny that they said that, because when I heard that, I was like, well, you can use them in Fantasy Grounds Classic right now, like we did. You can just do it. So they don't look like they're supposed to be griddable, but if you can match up the grid size like we did, then it'll work. All right.
Phase 2.
Did you guys want to say anything about this one before we move on?
I just like the concept of that overturned wagon and a lair underneath it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was fun. We got to the wagon, and we were like, "Oh, big deal!" And then we go in, and there's a whole underground. yeah, we were freaking out. And so that was fun. And I think, and there might even be slightly, the map thing here shows you that there's more below. I think there's even more. There might be even another room or two that's below that on the map. So it was a big giant lair, and more ladders down into another area. I remember this being like a king chair, and we got all scared that the king might be there and kill us. We didn't know what was happening. All right, here we go.
Question in the chat after the criteria. What did we use for the category? What was that like? That's what Hee Haw.
Oh, okay. So Hee Haw, here's what we did. Yeah, before we move on. So we laid out all 8 of the screenshots, and then without discussing it with each other, we picked which one we liked first, second, and third out of all 8, and we assigned 3 points to the first place, 2 points to the second place, and 1 point to the third place, and we did that all independently without discussing each other. And then I wrote them all down, and then we added it up, and then there were 2. The first and the second place, I think, was tied, and so we used Valerian to break the tie, and then he voted with his points too. So that's how we did it. And the ones I picked for first place didn't. They were honorable mentions. Nobody liked them. All right, that's all right. That's fine. That's why we had a democracy, and that's why I just didn't pick it myself, because I wanted it to be a committee vote. All right, here we go. Number 2. Number 2 was sent in by Chris from GTW. That might be cheating. He's a map maker. And I don't know if this is his map that he made. It might be.
It is, yeah.
It is, okay. But he has an arena battle going on here. But this is actually from a game, because he's got 5 players there. Everybody has too much inspiration. I don't like it. But this is a cool map, because here, let me zoom in on this. I mean, just, blood and carcasses and whatever, and then the players are fighting down here. But he was
really proud of this.
Yeah, it's a good map, but it's also a good screenshot, because it when you see this, it just evokes the feeling of, oh yeah, there's people duking it out in Fantasy Grounds. Like, this looks awesome. This looks like it would be fun to be a part of.
If you look at those little flags, the chevrons, where your mouse is kind of by around the outer ring, that's actually an FGC flag that he made for us in the arena. So they're kind of green, and they got the little shield.
Oh yeah,
no, they're on the actually on the outer edge of the circular. Yeah, right there. There's 4 of them.
Okay.
I was like, that's a pretty cool little touch.
Yeah, I see him now.
And he's got that big stink cloud there.
Get in close on one of those. Yeah. Yeah, the stink cloud's there. Yeah, so that was a good one. We liked that one. So that was number 2. So Chris will win either all of my stuff or the module of his choice from Fantasy Grounds. So we'll make sure he gets that. I don't think he's here now.
No, I pinged him, but we'll see if
okay,
he comes.
yeah, but he lives in. I mean, he's asleep. It's like 3 a.m. for him now, or whatever. So we knew he probably wouldn't be here. All right, let's go. Fury, did you want to say anything about that one?
No, not really. Okay. I'm sorry, that wasn't one of my top 3 that I picked.
Yeah, it's funny because the next one we're going to show, the number 1 winner is one that I didn't particularly like, but you guys did. You guys both really liked it. Yep, so here we go. The person that sent it in is Madman, and I believe it is a Starfinder game. And,
Surprise! It's not 5e.
yeah, right? What I do like about it is I like the look of these little tokens. They're all sort of same type of art, little creatures that are, one's green, purple, blue, red, right? I do like that, and they look really nice up here in the corner. But this is here's what you're fighting. Here's the combat tracker. Here's one of the NPC blocks. Here's, party sheet up here, combat tracker here, and then the map they're on. Simple. Every, in the chat window, he moved over here. So this is every part of a battle in Fantasy Grounds. This is basically this is what I would refer to as the average screenshot from Fantasy Grounds. This is a perfect example of what Fantasy Grounds is. It shows there's art, there's the party sheet, the combat tracker,
Your character sheet.
stat block, and the only thing missing, I guess, would be a character sheet.
No, that is the character sheet right there next to it.
That is okay, right
above the
because it's
combat
Starfinder.
tracker,
Rob 2 doesn't recognize it. It's Starfinder. Don't know anything about Starfinder. Never played it.
And everybody's going crazy because they're like, "Oh my god!" Especially
Yeah.
Eraser. He's like, "Oh my god, it's not 5e."
Huh.
Yeah, this
It's
wasn't.
interesting.
It wasn't this wasn't exclusive to 5e screenshots.
No, this is.
And as
Fantasy
soon as I
Grounds
saw
screenshots.
this, yeah, any Fantasy Ground screenshot, and this was the one that I liked the most, just because that little, I guess, zombie tech thing.
Yeah, this is
Techno
what
zombie?
I remember you saying. I like that. This was your favorite part of it. Was this artwork right here? And I recognize this artist's name. You see, he's all over a lot of different art. So Madman. I don't know if Madman's here in the chat right now, but we'll make. If he's not, he'll get to pick the Fantasy Grounds module of his choice, and he will also get everything I did for the DM skills. He'll win both. So there you go. As promised, 20-minute show.
Yep.
If you guys have questions, feel free to ask them. Maybe we'll do this again in the future because I did set up a special email account for this. So if we want to run contests about anything else, we have an easy way to collect stuff. And if we do maybe screenshots again in the future or something else, we'll figure it out. Before we go, I will share with you the shows we have coming up. Here's my favorite part. I get to put green on this one. I like it.
Yeah.
So next week we're going to be talking about the Tilt 5 Kickstarter. And if you don't know what that is, go check it out, but come and watch the show and we'll show the video and kind of explain it. And they are working in conjunction with Fantasy Grounds. The short version of it is TLDR is it's like a 3D projected environment that you wear glasses with and you can play games, and it's pretty cool looking, and it kind of looks like something that would be 10 years in the future, but it's going to be like next year. And they've teamed up with Smiteworks and a bunch of other companies. So we'll discuss next week whether we're buying it or not. I don't know if I might. But and then the week after that, starting on the 25th, FGC is doing Spooktober for 3 days. And the last event of Spooktober will be this show on Sunday night. So if you guys want to participate in Spooktober, make sure and get over to FGC and sign up, either to run a game or to be in a game. And there's the website. And then after that, we'll talk about FGCon 15. And for both FGCon 15, which isn't that doesn't happen on November 3rd. It's later than that, but that's when we're going to talk about it. But for both FGCon 15 and Spooktober, Smiteworks is turning all standard licenses into ultimate licenses. So even that's whether you're playing or not with our groups games. If you're playing your own game, not affiliated with anything, you still get the ultimate license. So if you have a standard license and you're trying to get your friends to play Fantasy Grounds and you want to show them what's up on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, the 25th, 6th, or 7th, make them play with you, and they can all get the demo license and connect to your table for free, even if you only have a standard license. So that's your opportunity to showcase what you're doing. And then token maker Bernardo Hasselman will be here on November 10th. And then we're going to fill in some shows, and we still have Doug Davison planned. If all things go well, he'll join us on show 100 in January, and Unity will already be out. So we'll see if that happens. I'm very confident about it.
That's going to be the name of the show. All things go well.
All things go well. Yeah, right. I've got a Unity meeting on Tuesday, by the way. That's 2 days from update is.
Do we know when the beta is supposed to roll out?
October
I'm sorry.
31st is
Do you know?
Yeah, well, I know the target date, which is October 31st, but if that happens, we'll see.
We should show it off.
No, we can't. No, we're not gonna be able to show it off till it
Oh.
comes out. Yeah.
Boo.
Because even during beta testing, it might crash, and it's a very bad idea for SmiteWorks to have any video out there that shows the program crashing. And that's really smart, because someone will clip that and then go, oh, look what a piece of shit Unity is. Yeah, they don't want that to happen. I mean, in alpha and beta testing of any program, you know that it's not, they tell you it's beta testing. It's not perfect yet. If it was perfect, you'd already have it in your hands, Yeah. So during the testing process, they very much did not want anybody to stream it. Because I asked in Florida when I went there, I said, oh, so you're going to let me be the exclusive streamer? And they go, yeah, when it comes out. And I'm going, yeah, fine.
You get in so much trouble if you stream it beforehand.
Right, but we all have NDAs, and we can't talk about or show anything. We can talk about generics, like I'm allowed to say that the target date for beta is October 31st, but they, coupled with that is it's not a promise, that's just a target date. But that's only a couple weeks away, so we'll see.
Wah, wah.
Wah, wah. Bofrin, it will roll out when it rolls out. Yeah. All right, so good. I'm off to see The Joker for the second time. Super good movie, but Tommy hasn't seen it. And then Tommy made my TV work, and then he's I don't know what's happening. There's all kinds of plans.
Wait, wasn't Tommy the one that helped build your studio?
Tommy and Q built my studio in May, and then he lives in LA, so then he flew back. He came yesterday, and he'll stay till Tuesday, and then he has. They did way more when they were building my studio. They basically rewired my house and added like a Ring doorbell and 4 CO2 fire detectors and rewired the entire house, redid the fuse box. They redid all the outlets. I mean, they did all this shit that they didn't plan to do. So they were supposed to be here for 2 days, and they were here for 5. And they worked for 16 hours. They worked from 9 in the morning till 11 at night every night, including the night that they left on a Friday night and got in their car at 11 p.m. after working all day and drove to Yellowstone Park, which is like...
That is such dedication right there.
It is dedication. So they had to actually kind of leave in a rush, and so a couple HDMI cables, everything worked. I mean, I've obviously been streaming and everything, but like my Xbox and cable TV wouldn't work in the studio. I couldn't turn that on, and a couple other things were wired wrong, and so it was just little minor inconveniences, and so he came back, and now he's fixing all that, and then... but tonight we're gonna go see the movie and relax, and he kind of worked all day. And then
look at Diablo Bob's comment right there about Tommy made your TV work. Yell at him.
Diablo Bob.
It's like, did you?
Diablo Bob's officially a member of a group called the Assholes, except for I'm also a member of that group. The Asshole Adventurers Role Playing Guild, AARPG. That's us.
It's better than the TTOA.
Don't know what that means.
Turd Ticklers of America.
Oh yeah, no, we don't want turd ticklers.
Oh dear Lord.
God, we're all 14. All right, so good. Any more questions from the stream? If not, we'll shut this bitch down, and then I'll contact the prize winners. And thanks for watching, everybody. No prizes for the people watching this week. Kind of odd. Normally we give away stuff to the audience, but we gave away some prizes to 3 different people. So there you go. We still gave away prizes.
You could give the chat XP or what is it, money?
Whatever. Oh, that's a good idea. Here, let's do that. Let's do this. Let's go. At the end of every game, I give everyone in the chat 100 points. How about now give everyone who's here 1,000 points? What?
Ooh.
10 times the normal? That's bullshit. Well, it's too late. I already did it.
All right.
And remember, that is stuff that you can use for Rob's stream economy. Turn that into XP points. Help save or fuck over the players of the games, which Friday night does your chat economy. And
yeah, chat economy. Current games that it can be used in are Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday afternoon.
Oh, really? I didn't know that one.
And as a matter of fact, those are the only right now. Those are the only 3 games going: Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday afternoon. And chat economy can be used. That's Mark's game, Drake's game, and Joe's game, and they can all be used.
It's so weird that you actually are not DMing
right
now.
Well, because every time I start a new game that I want to DM, the last 3 times one of my players said, do you mind if I DM? And I'm like, mind? Fuck, you had me at do you. And, yeah,
So easy.
So easy. Yeah, I'll give up DMing as long, because I just want to have a stream that runs every week that people show up to, and it's a lot easier to play than just to DM everybody. So Mark wanted to do AI. Mark was one of my play testers, or I gave him AI to read through and help me look it over. And as he was looking it over, he's like, this is really cool. I want to run this. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. And then, Joe, we were playing Waterdeep, and then Joe took a break. We had this Friday night group we've had for a long time. What did we play before Waterdeep Friday, if you do remember?
You mean Dragon Heist?
No, before that.
Oh, shit, I don't know.
Yeah, well, anyway.
I started with Dragon Heist with you
okay,
guys.
you came into the Friday group. So anyway, Joe was a member of the Friday group, and then he took a module off. He did not play Dragon Heist, and then he just wanted to take a couple months off or whatever. And then when we started up the sequel, which is Dungeon of the Mad Mage, Joe said,
"Hey, Rob, he's gonna be sucking to for the next couple of years."
Right? He goes, "Hey, Rob, do you mind if I DM that?" And I knew I was thinking, "Oh yeah, I'm not gonna tell him it's gonna be 2 years." But I go, yeah, absolutely, go for it. And then now, we're going in Dungeon of the Mad Mage is a 23 level dungeon. We're on level 5 or 6, and we're on our 35th episode. So
yeah.
If you time 35 times 4 is whatever 140, that's like 3 years. Because you got to count, sometimes we don't play and a week off or whatever. Mm-hmm. So 3 years is 156 weeks. So 140, yeah, it's about 3 years. That's what the pace is.
We're really pushing that dungeon crawl.
But our group, I'm gonna say every player except me is a completionist. They want to go open every door and every nook and cranny and see every part of the dungeon. And I'm like, let's fucking get down to level 8 so I can die again real fast.
So we can all die.
Yeah, because I've died twice. All died. CJ's died once and I've died twice, and I think that's in. But your character, Fury, is the only original character.
That is true.
You're the only person that played as your character in Dragon Heist. The
carryover.
And then, and it carried it over. And I carried over, but then I died right away. I died in the first 10 minutes. Anyway, but the whole point is that every time I start up a new campaign, and I usually try to start up, I didn't do it with Saltmarsh, but every time a book comes out, I try to get a campaign going. And so the last 3 times I've said that, one of the players has said, "Hey, can I DM?" And I don't even hesitate. I'm like, yeah. So in 2016, I was in 10 games a week. 8 of them were online, and 8 of them I was DMing in. One offline and 7 online. And then I was like, and Dave, Digital Dungeon Master Dave, he was like, "Dude, you're gonna burn out. You got it. You can't do that." And then 3 years later, I'm now only in 3 games, and I'm a player in all of them. But my streaming schedule is still the same. So, it all worked itself out. Or actually not. My streaming schedule is way... I stream 4 days a week now, and it used to be like 6. It's crazy. Anyway, Sunday Night Show. 87 episodes. 88. What is this? 88? 87.
Yep.
And it was crazy. Leroy and I were doing Tuesdays and Sundays at the beginning. How long did we do that?
Did that
for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 weeks.
I had to go to school or some dumb thing.
Yeah,
like
that. We were doing it 2 days a week, and we thought it was awesome. And then you had to go to school, and so we just switched to Sundays, and then we just kept doing that. But now I think that's a good, because I'm always like, what? We need ideas. Look at these blank spaces. We need more ideas. Oh, and not to forget about that, we should remember that idea informer
code
for that. I forgot. That's all things Fantasy Grounds. This is the website here. So if you guys have ideas for the show that you want to see,
or just random topics that you want us to talk about.
Thank you, Fury. I just didn't have the S on that. Yeah. So if anything you want us to talk about or cover on the show, just go there and type it in. And Fury and Leroon and I, all 3 of us get emails if you type an idea there, so we will see it.
There's one from Londell. He said, "Let's see how long we can keep Rob on the
No,
show."
I gotta go. It's
That's
over.
the topic of the show.
That's
Right.
Yeah,
He
any
can't
other
miss
week,
this.
I'll go 4 hours. I don't give a shit. But not today. So I am gonna end it, and I'm gonna do it quite abruptly. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And,
Oh, wait. I'm missing
Oh,
a...
how dare you?
Hold on. Wait,
Diablo Bob asked a question, and I gotta scroll up. Hold on.
how many druids was he gonna make?
No, that's not it.
It's already fucking Bob's fault again. I don't see his question.
Oh, yeah. It is how many druids are you gonna make?
Oh, good gaming, everyone.
I love you, man.